Oh no, what was I going to say? Forgot. Why did I decide to do YouTube videos? I'm not good talking to the camera. I prefer talking to people.
Do you also have that? I think most of us do. And that's because it's an evolution too. We need to put attention to the worst case scenario. We have to be prepared to the worst case scenario because this was survival for us. But nowadays, this program that we run in our minds to always be mindful of the worst case scenario may just hold us back. And that's what we call automatic negative thoughts or ants. And this video is about how to deal with ants. So the thing is, those automatic negative thoughts may come from a specific experience that you have, from specific beliefs that you have about yourself, about the world, about society. And every time that there's something that triggers a memory that is close to those beliefs, to those memories, you may start a line of thought that can go to a negative path. And this ends up compromising what you want to do or what you want to achieve. So how can we deal with that? The first thing that we can do, and this comes from CBT, so cognitive behavior theory, is to, let's say, challenge the negative thought. And that's a way of bringing our conscious mind back to the driver's seat. Because when we start with this line of thought, what happens is it gets in a kind of automatic process that we don't really control. And when we see we are already in a negative spiral. The first thing that we could do is to challenge the negative thoughts. If I'm here about to present something and I start to think, oh no, but my hair never looks good, or my voice is not perfect, my English is not perfect, will I be able to do a presentation that is useful? The first question is this useful? Is this thought useful for me right now? Will it help? Will help me to what I want to achieve? This gives your conscious mind the control back. And then you can start to think, well, no, because what will do is to make me more anxious, maybe sweaty, maybe insecure to say what I need to say. The second thing that we can do is to question if it is true. Because again, those are based on beliefs, experience that we had, but maybe we changed. Maybe at the beginning it was the case that I couldn't speak good English, or that I couldn't really express myself the way I want to. But now I have more experience. Is it still true that I can do that well? So you can start to find evidence. Actually, I did a presentation that I did really well, and it was great. So start to find evidence that this, let's say, underlying assumption that is powering those negative thoughts is not true anymore. Now, something that you have to be aware is that if this is something that comes natural to you, so always having negative thoughts, our mind is like, let's say, the woods. You are in the forest, walking around, going to different places in the forest. The path that you usually take will start to have a trail. So you have to, it's easier and easier to go the same path. This is exactly the case in our brains. We have a lot of neurons, and when they connect, they start to trigger specific memories or thoughts. But the more you use them together, the more they bind together, and less energy is needed to activate them together. So it's the same way when you're walking in the woods, it's easier to go to the trail that everyone uses. In your case, or in my case, in our case, it's easier for our brains to follow the line of thinking that you usually take. So to start to avoid or to start to build more productive thinking, so more positive thinking, it's a process, because the negative thoughts are already empowered in your brain. So every time they come, you have to actively start to think about, is it useful? Is it true? Is it still true? With time, this trail that are the negative thoughts will be less and less used. And then plants will grow again. And it's less and less inviting to go there. That's how positive people work. So to start looking at the glass half full, you have to recognize that when you look at the glass and you see that it's half empty, you actually just look down and see, actually it's also half full. And just put attention to that. With time, you will start to notice less and less the empty half of the glass, and start to naturally see the full half of the glass. I hope this helps, and I see you in the next video. Bye!